dream with me? What if budget wasn't an issue? What if people and volunteers wasn't an issue? What if resources wasn't an issue? What is your vision for your church's worship ministry? So maybe that's a hard question to answer. So let's think of it this way. What is it that you're inspired by that you see other churches doing in their worship ministry? Maybe even tempted to envy at other churches, or when you visit another church or you see what they're doing on Instagram, it makes you want to go, oh man, I wish we could do that. Don't just glaze over that question. I want you to really think about it. If you could snap your fingers and it was there, what would you want to see? Hi, I'm Dave Dolphin at practicalworshipblog.com, sharing ideas, tips, and practical advice for the everyday worship leader. And on this channel, we help you lead a worship band and be a leader of people. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next video. I want you to think about why you got started in worship ministry in the first place. For me, my story goes back to even before I was a Christian. I was a senior in high school, and my friend asked if I would play drums for their church's youth band. He said they played music and they played games, and the youth pastor would speak to the students. It was a lot of fun. And the hook was, the thing that piqued my curiosity was that he said that they played U2 songs. And I was like, sweet, I love the Joshua Tree album. I'm thinking Where the Streets Have No Name, or I still haven't found what I'm looking for. This sounded like a lot of fun, so of course I agreed. So the following Wednesday, I loaded my drums up in my car and I drove to where they met on a Wednesday evening, and I met the youth pastor and I met the band, and they showed me the songs that they were going to play that night. Now, I didn't know any of these songs, and none of these songs even remotely sounded like U2. It kind of felt like a bait and switch, but everyone seemed nice, and it didn't have a lot of places to play my drums, and I liked it. And so the next week I came back, and the next week, and the week after that. I did eventually figure out what my friend was talking about when he said that we play U2 songs. There's this one song from U2 based on Psalm 40 that every now and then the band would do, but it certainly was the only U2 song that the band did. But by this point, I didn't care. I was in with both feet, and this was the youth group that God would use to show my need for him. And after one night sitting on the steps after a service of this building where we would meet with one of the sixth graders, I became a Christian on February 2nd, 1992. So let me ask this question. What is it about worship ministry that you enjoy? Now, I know that many of us are called to this, and it's hard to not do something that you're called to, but think about the nuts and bolts of it. What is it about worship ministry that you enjoy? For a lot of us, we like music. We like playing music with other people. We like being creative. Maybe we like acting in a drama group or using computers and technology. Personally, one of the things that I really enjoy is arranging the band. I love working in rehearsal and arranging the songs and building that up and creating the layers and the dynamics. I love all of that. Here's my point. This is why I bring all of this up. The things that we enjoy about worship ministry generally focus around the things that we like to do. We like to play our instrument. We like to sing. We like to pick the songs. We like to fill in the blank. It's the things that we naturally gravitate towards. But in order for our worship ministry to grow, we have to recognize that our mindset needs to change. It's not going to change completely overnight. It doesn't have to do that, but we do need to see that it will change. It has to change. It has to change from a mindset of doing to a mindset of leading. For our worship ministries to grow, we have to realize and we have to accept that we're going to do less and we're going to lead our people to do more. There are things that you're doing or decisions that you're making that need to be someone else's responsibility. And the larger that the ministry gets, the further away from the action you're going to be. I believe that a worship ministry can be so much more than just a Hillsong cover band that gets 20 minutes to play their songs on a Sunday morning. But I think so many of us are struggling just to make Sunday happen every single weekend that the thought of doing anything more as a leader is overwhelming if we even think about it at all. Many times the growth of our worship ministry is stunted because we are holding on to the tasks and the decisions that we really need to be giving away, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. We're just doing what we've always done. The problem is that what gets you there doesn't necessarily get you to the next level. And I think this applies at any size church. You might be at a 50-member church asking yourself, Dave, who on earth do you think I'm going to delegate this stuff to? But I would be willing to bet that the issue is not so much a lack of people as much as maybe a lack of opportunity that you're not creating yet as a leader. What if someone else sang a song? What if someone else helped pick the songs you did on a weekend? What if someone else printed off the chord sheets and got the room ready for rehearsal? Now, don't get too bogged down on the details. Don't worry too much about how this change needs to occur. Just take the first step, which is just acknowledging that the change needs to occur. You can't keep doing what you're doing, but you also can't fix what you're not aware of. And so now you know, and just as the old G.I. Joe cartoon would say,
and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! For more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel so you're notified each time a new one is added. And for more practical advice that's based on my own personal experience, we have a small little ebook called 20 Things I Wish I Knew 20 Years Ago. It's the advice that I've learned over the last 20 years of doing music ministry, and you can download it right now for free at practicalworshipblog.com.